If you want, you can.
ఓకే.
Okay.
మేము కూడా చేసుకొచ్చామండి. మేము
You can
చేసుకోవచ్చు.
also
హ్మ్.
record whatever
యాహ్!
you want.
ఓకే.
Yeah.
ఓకే.
Okay. Let me start. So today's topic will be around the modules and packages in Python. How to do the modules and packages in Python. Today's class it will be there. So let me share the screen. Okay, are you able to see the screen?
యెస్ మ్యామ్.
Okay, good. So now let me explain what are modules and what are packages and how to do it in the Python. So basically, module means a simple thing, a .py program, meaning whichever we are writing, whatever till now, meaning we did all the foundation course we completed and we are in intermediate course, right? So all files, whichever you have done with the loops or exceptions or files or anything, you are saving the file, the meaning dot with an extension with .py. That is nothing but a module. And package is number of modules, more than one module. If you have, that is called a package. Again, another thing will come, library. These are all are user defined modules, user defined packages, user defined libraries I will not teach today because the we don't have the sufficient time for completing within 1 hour. So we'll cover modules and packages. So basically, one PY program is your module, and more than one, if you have an .py files, is in a package. What is the use of it and what is the definition of it? Everything we'll look into it now. A module is a single Python file, which I told earlier, contains whichever we learned functions. We didn't cover the OOPS concept, which is classes, object, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, which I will do it in the next class after completing this. So, which contains functions, classes, and variables. Variables, everything. So, which have all these is called in a module, meaning with the functions you wrote, with the parameters, without parameters, and sending how to find out Fibonacci series with the functions, everything we did. So that file is nothing but in a module. But what is the difference in this? Why are you calling as a module separately? Means modules help in organizing code and make it reusable across multiple programs. That means you can call this .py file into your another program. If you make for example, if you have done in a calculator program, which is of addition, multiplication, power of, square root of, everything you have done in one py program, and with the different variables you want to call into this function, this becomes the module, and you will import the name of the module, whatever you saved, with that you will call the module. So that is nothing but you are reusing that module, and which is helps in the organizing code, meaning when you are working in a complex projects, this kind of module if you create, it will be useful wherever instead of rewriting multiple times the same code, you are putting it as in a module and calling it. Now, this is the module. So simple. You have different types of modules, like built-in modules are there, meaning with the Python installation some of the modules will come. So those are called math.py. If you have observed many times, I have imported like CSV, I have imported while telling you the files. I imported you need to import CSV, I said. And similarly I told when we are doing an JSON file creation, I told import JSON. So some of them are inbuilt some which comes along with the installation. Some of them are outside of the Python installation. Those are called third party libraries. Some will come, the third party libraries are nothing but which are prepared by different developers in the community of the Python. So that also becomes in a module or a package or a library. You can directly use it by installing with a pip install that library name or package name or module name. That also can be done. So these are the different types which I will tell in future in the next few slides. Why are modules used, which I covered already, which can be used multiple times, and organizing and no need of rewriting functions and sharing the code across files, meaning the entire Python directory you have, right? Wherever you want to move around or you reuse, you can do it. Only in functions we are using in the same code, but here module is outside your py file you are using by using the py functionality. That I told for functions also reuse, but module also reuse, but more functions are within your program you are reusing, but here module is nothing but outside your folder structure. Under the when files you can reuse them very perfectly. That's about the types usage of the modules. Now next, coming to the types of modules. So built-in modules and user-defined modules. Built-in is nothing but which comes along with your, which we have seen all these math, random, OS, all these we used. JSON, date and time statistics we haven't used. When I'm teaching data science, that time I will tell you. User defined means you create your own file, how we are creating so far. That's about it. Now, how to create a module, that's an next topic. So simply this is about the built-in, which we know about the built-in. So what you're doing, whenever if you want to use in a built-in module, you have to import that module name, like math or statistics or JSON or CSV. All those you will import and just use that functionality. So math.sqrt of 25, you're printing that whatever output it has to come. Similarly, the other examples I'll show in practical, but one example I'm explaining on this. Now, these are built-in modules are nothing but pre-installed with Python, which I have earlier explained. All these are the examples. Next one is standard library modules. Standard libraries are nothing but these are the collection that come with Python, but we will not use daily on this. And you can use again importing CSV like that same logic, but you may not use them very regularly. These earlier are like math, date and time, OS. Yesterday we were doing the file systems. So when a file is not available in your within that folder, you get file not found error. For that we wrote exception, but the file is existing in another folder. What we did, we imported the OS and we said if in the OS, meaning in your laptop, in the OS, if it is not there, you go to exception. Otherwise, you print from any folder if it is there. So we are combining exceptions, we are combining built-in modules and doing that. So that's about the standard libraries. And third-party libraries, which all these, whichever you are seeing, all these will be covered in your data structures, data science introduction class, like NumPy, Pandas, or Metaplot, Flask. All these are, most of them are related to the third party modules or third party libraries. These are interchangeably used, these words, modules, packages, and library. Basically, the difference between three is module is only one .py file, packages multiple .py files where you will put it in the folder, and library is multiple packages is library. It is mostly third party libraries will be there. So third party libraries are nothing but some other developer in the entire community of Python have developed. It is ready to use. You need to install with the command called pip install module name or the library name or the package name. You have to use that installation at your command prompt. You can use that command prompt, or in your Python also there is a settings under that also you can install. So by doing this, you are importing that to your program. So these pandas or anything which I will cover in this, but for your introduction, these are also called modules. I wanted to give, for that sake I have put in this slide. Otherwise, this is in a separate class for your data science, as in a second chapter it comes. Now, today's topic for us is how to create any user-defined modules and how to create any user-defined packages. Now, up to here, everyone clear, right? Hmm? Varun, Muni Raj, Sakshit.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Now, let's go to the steps to create the modules. First is, which I told, .py, save the file, then import that module in another Python file. For example, you have created a function with two parameters a comma b, and you said return sum, which is a plus b. Return sum, you sum is equal to a plus b you did, and return sum you are doing. You just wrote the structure of your function to do the addition in one of the py file. Now you are going to in a different file and you are passing those parameters. So now what you have to do, import this file. So whatever you saved with the earlier file with that function, for example, addition.py, if you have saved, so you can do the import addition. That means you are creating your own module and you are importing to the new program and sending the parameters using that. You will say 5 comma 10, whichever function addition 5 comma 10 means automatically print whatever parameter you have, you will print it. So the result will come. Actually, the logic is written in somewhere else and you are importing that to the other program and using it. So, and importing styles are also there. You can import the entire thing. You can import only that particular function. What does it mean? Means in a calculator, earlier example I gave calculator. You have a addition, you have a multiplication, you have a division, you have an exponential, square root. Calculator program you have wrote such a big one, but you wanted to pull only the function which has an exponential, where it can do the power of that. So only from that module, only that function also can be imported. Entire functions, whatever is there under calculator.py, you can start using the star, you can do it, or import directly, you can do it, or from only that particular function which is in the py you can run, you can pull. So there are different styles which I will show you while showing practically, and run the program. The second program has to be run, not the first program, which why after importing in that program you have to run that. So your module is done. That's about it. Example, see, I have given my module.py. One example I will tell. Within file one, I created a Python file and I have given my module.py. In that, the add is in a function which has written and written a plus b, and second function which is greet, sorry, name. So we are sending the parameter written hello Sri Devi Patnala, something like that. So now in the second file, I created the functions in the first file. In the second file, I'm creating with main.py, some example with some name I have created. Now what I'm doing, importing the first file to my second program. That means I am pulling add and greet. Okay, and now what I'm doing, print my module dot add, meaning the name of the module name dot whatever the function name you have given inside your my module, inside your program, with the parameters. You have sent two parameters there, so you have to send the two parameters. Similarly, you have sent in a parameter called name. Again, you are sending a parameter like Sri Devi. So what happens when you run this? Actually, the main code is not here, somewhere else. It goes, imports that, and you are using it. This is very easy. You can create like that. Multiple people create different modules. Hence, today, lot of frameworks are there in Python. You just directly use it, like any GUI, anything like Flask or OpenCV, all these are the different libraries available. Directly you can use. OpenCV is another example where you can capture the videos or where you capture the images. So for example, if I want to count a number of people coming to the mall or anything, using OpenCV, I can count a number of people coming to the mall every day or every 1 hour or peak hours. Depends upon the problem statement what we are working for. So like that, the framework is already designed. Just you will import and start using. So that's the reason Python has become such a rich one in libraries. You can use anything. Okay, that's about the user-defined module creation. Now, another example I have shown here, which I don't think so. I will show it practically. And this is in a second method of importing the functions. For example, from module name, import that function name. See, for example, in the my module may I created two things. What are these? One is add, and the second one is greet. I have done. I can create from my module import greet, meaning only I can use the greet in my function. Or here in math operations, import add, meaning only add I am doing. So this is a second way of pulling the particular function of that and directly import. This is one more, which is again, this is in a built-in module example. Either whether you write the user defined or the built-in, you have to use the keyword import. Whereas math, all these are which are already available in Python. With the installation it comes, so no need to create with the same name, because if you are creating with math only, it will get confused and it will show the error. So you need to use in a different module names while creating. That's about it. Now, how to call? I told three types of four types of which can be called. Simply, you can say import module, which imports the whole module, whatever the functions you have. And second one is from module name, import that particular function. That is only from that particular. And import module as alias name. Alias name nothing but instead of me calling Sri Devi Patnala, you can call Sri, right? Like that only. If your module name is very big, so you can call it as for example, my module. You want to call it as my or yum. Simply import my module as m. Now, how you will use m dot add 5 comma 4, which we have used earlier. My module dot add 5 comma 4 I have put, right? Something like that you can do with the alias name also. And if the last way of calling is star, you can use. Star indicates everything. Generally, this is not recommended for large modules, because if you go to the live projects or production related projects, modules are many, it will be there. For example, in your banking system or in your retail domain or anything, multiple things will be there. Like, for example, product, if you have created, what are the product types and product range, multiple things will be there in that single module. So if you give the star, it lot of ranges will come. If you take the bank also, open account, balance account, lot of things under the account section, it will be lot of modules. So it is always better to use that from function or from that or alias name, better to use, but not the star. It is, see, alias name and star works equally, but star means the entire modules whatever are there will come, which is confusing which one to use. Better to use the first one, from module name, second one. Like this, I have given lot of built-in module list, which I will share you in your WhatsApp group. So after this, you can use all these. I might be telling only OS, date and time, CSVP, what is that, JSON, etc., which are were regularly used in the live environments, etc. I have used, but you may have joined something which is on the data analysis or in a machine language related projects or anything. That time you will be wondering which module to be used, which is a framework already there. That time it will be a difficult task. So better to refer this list. Some few hundreds will be there. You can open that and see. Now, same example I used. Okay, now up to here, everyone understood, right? How to create a module and what is the way I have showed. Now, next topic is package. It was a similar thing. It's an editor copy of your module, but only one line extra will be there, which is, I will tell. Package is in a collection of modules. That means earlier you created only one module, एक ही module create किया. Now you are creating multiple modules, meaning you are creating like add, subtract, multiply, like that multiple modules you have created. Not only in a single file. Earlier I told in a calculator you will write different function. Now I am telling different functions as in a different file names. You can create either ways or this way. So basically the example is very clear. If you have multiple .py files, you will call it as a package. So what are the steps to do it is, a package must have a special character file name called dash dash initialization dash dash dot py. This can be empty, or you can say simply print initialization started, or whatever you wanted to give, you can give, which makes you that it is in a package. Basically, you have to create a folder. In a simple words, how to create a packages, you have to create a folder. Under that folder, three types, more than three you can create. One is mandate, which is dash dash init dash dash dot py, which can be empty file. Then you can create dot py files, n number of files. So under the folder you are creating all these, that means your package is created. Now again, same related, why do we need packages is most of the usage is same. Organized application module is better than the package. Package, like how you will say in your product terminology, an epic, then after epic a story comes, after a story comes and a task in your Jira, all these will come. No, similar to that you can imagine in your technology also, a library, a package, a module, and your original logic code will be there inside, something like the structured way of writing. So why do we need it is group related modules, improve maintainability, to organize large applications. For example, group related modules, if you are talking about only debit cards, credit cards, it's in a different package. If you are talking about in the domain with opening accounts, it will be on the account section. If you are talking about clearance, etc., then it is in a separate. If you are talking about the tax, etc., all those, or credits or etc., you will have in a different library or package in a banking domain. Like that you will organize in a different way. Generally application architect or a solution architect or a technical architect will make sure that you write in a proper appropriate manner. Where to write, what to write will be explained clearly, so that it will be useful and easy to recognize. Grouping will be easy. So that's about it. So which I told earlier, I have to create a package. So first I have to create in a folder. So either I can create from my PyCharm or any VS or any Jupyter or anything, or I can go to the my command prompt and create the folder. I can do either ways. Then I will use the dot which is dash dash init dash dash dot py. I said no, which is a mandate to recognize as in a package. That will be the second thing. So then the modules, you can write 2 3 modules and call it as a package. So these are the examples which I'll show. With this I will stop the theory and let me go to PyCharm. Are you able to see my screen? Did I share PPT, or I need to stop and share?
PPT, I'm able
PPT,
to.
ma'am.
Okay, I
Then
understood that. Now you are able to see, right?
no,
I'm sharing. Are you
you
not
need
able to
to
see the
choose.
black screen?
No, madam.
No,
Actually,
ma'am. Only.
while zooming, you need to select the screen option, madam. First time itself, when you click on share, right?
Are you
There
able to
is
see
a,
now?
yeah, now we are able to see.
Okay.
The screen option you need to select instead of desktop.
Okay, let's understand the what is that module, simple module. So now, for example, what I did is I created in a function define cube n, return n plus n into n into n. I said. So what happens? Whatever the parameter you are sending, that parameter will return n to the power of 3. So now cube is an a module which I created. Here, though it is in a .py file, I'm calling it as in a module. Then calling cube, meaning now what I'm doing, I created a file called clc.py. I'm importing that clc and using that cube print. I'm importing clc, which I told as in a second step. First .py file as I have to do and save it, and then I'm importing. And third step, what I'm doing, whichever module name dot the function name, what is that cube I wrote that function name, then a parameter, I'm sending the parameter. Now if I run, so I will get 3 cube is 27. So this is the way to create a module. Similarly, another math module, all these I have created. Now let's go to creating a package. Okay, so now this is a simple example for your module creation. Like that, I will show multiple things with a complex things also. I'll show package is something which I told you need to go here and right click and new folder you have to clear, which is directory you will call. So you will create that directory. Then here I created as in a packages. Then I said you can have more than one py file. For example, here addition, import is not there. Import, you are importing multiplication. These two packages you have created separately, and I have given the third step is init is in a mandate, which is underscore underscore init underscore underscore dot py, which I have told clearly. This is mandate. Though you don't write anything, or if you want to write also, it can be it can be written, but if you don't write also, it is understood that package initialization started. That's the meaning of it. So now in addition package, what I wrote, a simple add functionality, written a plus b, and in multiplication written a into b. That's all. Okay, multiply. Now how do I use, which is again this the tricky. So because I have created multiple folders, so I need to be clear how I am calling. Most of them will fail on this only. So from module packages dot packages, meaning under this, under packages, import separate functions and I can do multiply also. I can do that. This is a way to call. Okay, so creating package, and what is that? Addition packages 15 and 4 6 are 24. So what I'm doing, two different modules I am calling in one package, which I'm calling it as a package because I have rounded under the folder called packages. Then I moved it. So this is an example, and the methods you can try multiple methods like star you can put, and import directly, packages you can write. But see, packages are not directly here. If you are creating, which I told earlier, if you are creating directly under when, you can say, but under when you have created another folder, under that you have created subfolder. So that's the reason you have to be very clear while calling. This usually mistakes are done by most of us, so you should be clear how you are calling or how you are importing. If you are not importing, whichever structure you creating, it gives you an errors. So this is a way to call the package which I showed you. Now 40 minutes got over, I think. Then what is it, Zoom will end the session. So I'll stop here and we'll take the doubts and remaining later. Okay. ఇంకా ఎన్ని
ఓకే
మినిట్స్
మేడం.
అర్థమైందా?
3 minutes ఉంది మేడం ఇంకా.